Look, I'm just as confused as you are. Temari as DLC? How does that fit into the legacy theme? And it's pre-time skip Temari too, which is so odd when most of these characters are from Shippuden. Thematically, this is one of the most out-of-place DLC Shinobi Striker has ever had. That said, I do like Temari, and in the end, all that matters is what does she bring to her class, which is range types. We're gonna look at all the unlockables you get when you buy Temari, as well as take you through both of her jutsu and her ultimate, what they counter, what their weaknesses are, and ultimately, what does she bring to range types? But first, I gotta bring you a brand new sponsor for the channel, and it's one that I've been looking forward to for a while. This video is brought to you by Displate. Displate is a one-of-a-kind metal poster designed to capture your unique passions. Here's how it works. You choose your favorite designs from the website, get them delivered, and then you can set it up with no power tools. Clean the wall if you need it, wait for 10 minutes, did someone just steal my watch? You stick the leaf, stick the magnet, and hang your Displate. Done! Being an anime fan, I got this Dragon Ball Displate. I also have this Naruto one. Look how easy this is to swap. Just pull one off, attach the other one. It's the power of magnets, baby. They also have Demon Slayer, My Hero. They have so much stuff. Look, your favorite anime? It's probably in there. But it's not just anime, there is gaming, there's movies, they've got a ton of official licensed collections like Marvel, Star Wars, and more. Guess which bald friend of mine asked for this one? In addition to licenses and brands, they have over 40,000 artists making original Displate designs. In case you're not looking for brands, but instead just looking for a really good looking piece, they deliver in 4 to 5 business days, and Displate is a very good alternative to standard paper impressions or canvas printing. And it's even more affordable if you use my link down below. If you get 1 or 2 Displates, you'll get 25% off. If you get 3 or more, you'll get 29% off. But Globku, there's too many! I can't decide which ones to go for! Well, I made a little collection just for you with my favorites from different anime, so check those out, see if you like them. If you buy anything, make sure to use my link. I'll leave it in the description and the pinned comment. You get 25% off or 29 if you buy 3 or more. And thank you Displate for sponsoring this video. Okay, when you buy Temari, you get all of these unlockables. Let's tackle them one by one. You get our Boruto hairstyle, which looks very cursed on my character for sure. You get 2 outfits. None of them have unique skills, so it's purely cosmetic. And you get a new weapon for defense types, which is her fan. Now, this game already had fans for defense types, so if you pick this up, the moveset might feel very familiar. That is until you hit that strong attack button, because now that has a projectile. This being a defense weapon, that means that strong attacks are armored. They cannot be interrupted. So defense types now have access to an armored projectile, and that's pretty cool. As far as I know, this is a unique feature that you can't find in any other defense type weapon, so I would say it does have a unique moveset, even if a lot of the other attacks are exactly the same as the previous fan weapon. I don't think it is a must buy for defense types, because it doesn't feel broken, and defense types definitely have a lot of good weapons out there, but it's something new for sure. But let's get into her jutsu. First up, the wind Scythe jutsu, which I may just call the tornadoes. Because when you activate this ability, you will throw 4 tornadoes in front of you, and after summoning them, these tornadoes will start tracking your enemies. Whoever is close, those tornadoes will follow them. And they have very good tracking too. They move at a decent speed, making this ability very easy to use. They won't travel too far, as they do have a limited duration, after which they just disappear, which makes this sort of a close to mid-range tool. It does have some activation time, so be careful not to get interrupted while summoning them, which is why it's good that you can activate them both on the ground or while you're airborne. If you hit an opponent with it, they won't take too much damage, but they're gonna be stuck in that tornado for a while, giving you an opportunity to hit them with something else for extra damage. And on top of that, this ability guard breaks an opponent if they try to block it. It's not an unblockable move, so it doesn't really work as a counter to defensive jutsu like the Susanoo armor or anything of the sort. But if your opponent is not running defensive jutsu, they will get guard broken or take the hit. They have no other option. As a bonus, you and your teammates can also jump on the tornadoes themselves, and they will launch you into the air, which is pretty good for range types to get some distance and start zoning from above. Next up, we have summoning Blade Dance, aka the Weasel. You will summon the Weasel and then shoot the Weasel, damaging the opponent, and applying a very interesting debuff. You see that wind surrounding the player? While that is active, that player cannot receive healing or other beneficial effects. If they already had an effect before you hit them, the jutsu won't remove them, but after they get the spinning wind around their character, they cannot get anything. And after a while, the Weasel is gonna show up again and deal an extra hit of damage. Now, this jutsu is a sniping ability. It takes a long time to summon, but once you do, it has an excellent tracking and excellent distance as well. Just be careful not to hit a wall. Walls are this jutsu's greatest enemy. Damage is still nothing super impressive, which can be disappointing for something that has such a long activation time. But this jutsu is actually unblockable, meaning it can be used as a counter to a lot of defensive options. Say goodbye to that Susanoo armor, for instance. And it's very easy to focus on the fact that it denies healing, but denying other buffs is actually really good. If you hit a defense type with this, and they happen to use Demon Hunter, the attack will come out, but they won't receive the armor buff, for instance. That wind basically marks a target for death if your team coordinates well. And as far as I can tell, nothing can remove this wind. I've seen it persist through hiding in ash, substitutions. Once it is applied, you are on survival mode. And that tracking means that you can do it from very far away, and maybe even build a sniper for your range type. Finally, let's talk about our secret jutsu, Wind Style Sea Dragon. AKA, I don't have a funny name for this one. You summon a huge hurricane, and it lasts for a while. Everyone caught in it will be taking continuous damage for a bit, and you can substitute while getting hit, no problem, but the thing is, your sub might just put you back where you were. Sometimes, it's better to just take the hit, as the ultimate itself doesn't deal too much damage. But just like the first jutsu we talked about today, it keeps opponents in there for a while, which gives you the opportunity to hit them with some bigger damage. This is the tornado on steroids. Now, substitutions usually track the person that hits you, so just to play it safe, I usually stand either inside the hurricane or very close to it while dealing extra damage to my opponents. So if they sub, they will probably get pulled into it again. This may be my new favorite range type secret jutsu, and the big reason why is its low charge time. You can charge this so fast, sometimes even have it twice in a pretty short match. So don't let the low damage fool you. This is an excellent secret jutsu, and you can make that damage up by equipping some high damage jutsu or by coordinating with your team. Overall, I don't think Temari is broken at all, but she also doesn't have any useless jutsu. They're both good if you pair them up well, and they work with so many options. Neither of them deal a lot of damage on their own, but they have a lot of utility. The tornadoes are incredible for crowd control and area denial, and the weasel is a great counter jutsu with the debuff that is incredible to focus down a target. And it lets range types play the game the way they usually want to play, which is at a distance. The secret jutsu might be my favorite thing about her kit. You can set up so many different combos with it, and thanks to its low charge time, you can definitely count on it multiple times per match. Honestly, that low charge time almost feels like an oversight, like it's a low damage ultimate, so it should charge fast, but the reality is, once you catch a team of players in that, it becomes very easy for the rest of your team to deal some very high damage while everyone is trapped in the hurricane. If anything is actually broken about this DLC, it's definitely this ultimate. But the reason why I think this DLC is simply perfect is because, first of all, everything she has is very easy to use. She's straightforward, has a very good tracking jutsu, and they work with a lot of the existing jutsu too, so it's very easy to be creative and play the jutsu that you want to play. And on top of that, she's very unique. Range types didn't have this type of crowd control before, or a way to deny healing or buffs from an opponent. It promotes a familiar playstyle while at the same time being different, and that's not an easy balance to achieve. Now, Bandai, you know what I'm gonna say next. Please let us use character fighting styles on our custom characters. Once again, you have made such an awesome moveset for Temari. Every attack is a projectile, that's a range type's dream. But the only way we're ever going to experience it is if we pick Temari herself. There are so many cool movesets in this ever-growing cast, making that available for custom characters would be such a big bonus for this game. Yes, there is a balance concern, perhaps, but we can overcome it over time. Just like you update jutsu to keep them balanced, you could also start updating attack movesets if any of them is broken, and it would give us such a big option to customize characters with. And that's the Temari DLC. I'm absolutely in love with what she brings to the game, but I'd love to hear from you as well. Did you try the character out? What did you think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget about today's sponsor, Displate. Using my link, you can get a 25% discount or 29% if you buy 3 displays or more. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you next time. Bye!